I believe that Nikola Tesla was 100% correct when he said that the earth is a realm, this spiritual war that we are in. It's a battle for our DNA. The good part is the earth is the Lord's and all that it contains. And God had a plan to... Welcome back, everybody, to Dream Life Podcast. I am your host, Steve Buck. We've been talking about a very interesting topic lately, and basically I call it the storm. And the storm is the Q plan and how the militaries in the 36 largest countries are all working hand in hand right now to save the world from the New World Order. The next thing that came to mind that I wanted to discuss with everybody is this idea that everybody needs to understand what is actually happening here in the Earth realm. And I say the Earth realm because if you followed anything that I've been saying, or if you've seen the other videos, I believe that Nikola Tesla was 100% correct when he said that the Earth is a realm. It's not a planet. It's not a globe spinning in the universe. Although we are in the universe, but we're not a globe spinning in the universe. And we know that because of the fact that the Satanists like to tell us that the Earth is spinning 66,000 miles per hour in the atmosphere in the universe. I just think it's funny how they picked 66,000 miles an hour. And if you remember, they also told us that the dinosaurs were here 66 million years ago. And they also tell us that the Earth is tilted on an axis of, I think, 25.4. And if you take that from 90 degrees, okay, you just happen to end up at 66.6 degrees. So the Satanists, they want us to believe all kinds of that just isn't true. And so if the Earth is a realm and it's not a planet, we have to understand that there's a war going on. A part of it is spiritual. Part of it is in this natural realm that I call the flesh. And everybody needs to get used to the fact that this spiritual war that we are in, it's a battle for our DNA. Our DNA is like gold when it comes to all things within the realm that we're currently in. I want to expand on that just a little bit. As far as the war that goes, is that the Bible says that we war not against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities that are in high places. And the high places, they have several different levels of meaning. One of the meanings is the high places of power and control. And the high places of power and control here on the earth have to do with the New World Order, in the fact that the New World Order, their minions, the mainstream media, Hollywood, the UN, all these Lucifer praising, satanic worshiping scum of the earth, okay, they've got, I don't know, it's got to be maybe, I would guess maybe 5 or 10 million of them, okay? It sounds like a big number, but it really isn't in light of the fact that there's almost 8 billion people here on the earth. So these 5 to 10 million people have successfully kept control of the banking, the major religions of the world. They've self-created this matrix that they want us to believe and continue to live in. And they had some very nefarious plans that some of the white hats became aware of about 50 or 60 years ago when John F. Kennedy tried to break us free from the grip of the Federal Reserve Bank by starting to issue silver-backed currency. And of course, we all know that they killed him for that, because that's what they do. They've exercised ultimate unrestrained power, and they've controlled for centuries and centuries, these people have controlled what gets fed to the public. So that's one thing that I wanted to touch on. Sun Tzu, he wrote the book, The Art of War. He said, all armies also prefer the high ground. That's why the people in high places can rule and reign over humanity, is because of the fact that they have the upper hand. And when I say that they have the high ground, what do I mean? What I mean is the New World Order, the world controllers, up until now had all the best technology. They had all of the best knowledge. They had the true history of what has really happened. And they've had us taught a bunch of in public schools. Okay. Why? Because we live in a type of a matrix where you can only believe and you can only respond and react to what you see, smell, touch, our five senses that we have right now, that's how we react to our environment, to the realm that we are in. But the good part is the earth is the Lord's and all that it contains. And God had a plan to fix this that has been, centuries and centuries in the making. Why that is, I don't know. It's not my plan. I can't, I understand the precepts of the spiritual war that's going on. I understand the precepts of realms, okay? And I believe that people have gotten the technology to go from one realm to another through certain portals, okay? But over the past 4 years, since the COVID Great Awakening, and we all started to begin to question all the bullshit, with the vaccines and just everything that was shoved down our throat, for me, 58 years, for you, maybe less, maybe more. These are the things that we need to understand that are going on within the realm, within this realm that we live in, within the world. I've got the definition for realm right up here on the screen. A realm is a community or territory over which a sovereign rules. Okay, just think about that. A realm is a community or territory over which a sovereign rules. Now, my sovereign that I believe rules over this realm ultimately is God, but somehow Satan got some dominion here in the earth that we've been battling for several thousand years. The term is commonly used to describe a monarchical or dynastic state, meaning monarchies or dynasties. A realm may also be a subdivision. Stephen, thank you for pulling this up because this is what I was going to look for next. A realm may also be a subdivision within an empire. It has its own monarch, for example, the German Empire or English Empire or the Roman Empire. A realm may also be a subdivision within an empire. So when I say that there's multiple realms, there could be one realm, okay, for all existence. I don't believe that to be true. I believe realm that is to be used in the plural, which is there's many realms. God only knows how big that God made this universe or other universes or whatever. But the one that we have to deal with is called Earth. And so for today's purposes, we're going to deal with, the realm called Earth. There's several different monarchs, governance, rule the realm that we live in, depending upon your geographical location. In some places you have presidents, some places you have kings, some places you have dictators, and, there's a whole host of different names. But at the end of the day, in this realm, anybody who does any type of governance whatsoever over any people, they have a fiduciary responsibility to the people. And when I say fiduciary, what I mean is they are the ultimate responsible party, okay, who holds the responsibility for doing the right thing for the people. This idea about why the New World Order and why these world controllers, they've controlled the high ground and they've controlled the governance of the peoples. In some of the upcoming videos, we're going to get into it, but with more examples. But just one example that I wanted to bring up is the United States of America. Many people don't realize it, but we had our Revolutionary War in 1776. Shortly thereafter, after we won the war, we put the Constitution in place. We had the Declaration of Independence. We had the Bill of Rights. We came together as a multi-state republic to become a United States or a United Republic of different states. And we were going to be governed by the Constitution of the United States of America. And you have a constitution in your local republic or state that governs more specifically, more locally. And so you should get familiar, if you're not familiar with your state constitution, get familiar with your state constitution, but also make sure that you're familiar with the Constitution of the United States. So that's going to be my introduction for what's happening within the realm that we're living in right now. And I'm going to cut off this episode just at that because I want everybody to kind of just digest the things I just talked about. And then as we go into the next episode, you'll see why you needed that foundational information about the earth and the realm that we currently live in, how it affects the things that we're about to see coming up here very shortly. So just want to point out before we go, make sure you hit like YouTube or Rumble and also put on your notifications just so that when we go live, and we will be going live here very shortly, you can know when we're going on. So with that, we are done. So folks, if you like my channel and you like the golden nuggets that we're delivering, please hit like and also subscribe. And also you can comment anything that you want to say or questions that you have down in the comment section, and we'll reply to that. Thank you.